Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love me. Caught up in my tape. Caught up in my tape.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I do my own salon quality or salon style voluminous blowout at home, and I've kind of boiled this down to a science as far as what I use. Even as a professional hairdresser, it's really hard to give yourself a really good blowout. So I have found a couple tips and tricks that I use on my own hair to give me that voluminous but still kind of straight and sleek look with a lot of volume up towards the top and kind of bendy ends. I like when my hair is just kind of flippy and soft and not super stick straight. So I absolutely love this look. It's really easy to do once you get the hang of it. If you're interested in learning how to get your own salon quality blowout at home, please keep watching. So I just got out of the shower. This is what my hair looks like once it's in the process of air drying. I don't have any products in it yet, so I'm going to show you guys the things I'm going to put in my hair to create lots of volume and just help make my hair nice and big. So the couple of things I'm using from the drugstore are both from L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal Boost It Blowout Spray. This is just like a heat protectant, and it also gives some volume and hold as well. And then I've shown you guys this in favorites videos before. This is also from L'Oreal. This is the Densifying Jelly. So I'm going to put those two things in my hair, and then I'm also going to put a couple drops of the Redken Diamond Oil. This is a serum that helps to dry your hair faster. And another thing I should mention is that my hair has been air drying for about 15 minutes, so it's not soaking wet. And then I'm going to be using this big sexy root pump spray just a little bit on my roots just to create a little bit more oomph at the top. And then to seal it all in at the end, I'm just using a medium hold hairspray. This is from REVLON. It smells really good. A couple tools that you're going to need for this. This is my blowout brush, and sorry if there's like some random straggler hairs on this, but this is from REVLON. I picked this up at Ulta for around $30 a couple years back, so it might look a little bit different now, but it comes with a couple different size barrel attachments, and then this is a blow dryer. So the air comes through there and flows out of the brush, and it lets you dry and style your hair all in one. You're also just going to need a comb or brush, whatever you want to use, and some clips to section. And then to keep my hair in place and make sure that the volume lasts all day long, I'm using Velcro rollers. And I have a bunch of different size Velcro rollers. It just kind of depends on how thick and how long your hair is. And it also depends on how tight that you want your curls. So sometimes I will use these kind of Velcro rollers. You can get these from the store. I have them in a bunch of different sizes here. And these just help to give you like really tight curls if you want them, depending on the width and the diameter of the roller. So if you already have Velcro rollers at home like the ones I just showed you, feel free to use those. But if you're in the market for a new Velcro rollers, or you're just looking to try this out for the first time and you want to get the same kind that I use, I highly recommend these sleep-in rollers. You can order these online, and they come in a bag like this, and there's a DVD inside this bag, and it comes with clips too. This is the sleep-in roller. And what I like about these is they're really flexible, they're super soft, so you can actually sleep in them. If you want to compare it to like a Velcro roller, these don't really squish down, but these ones, like, I can squish it with my hand and it just springs right back up. So it makes it a lot more comfortable, and they're super gentle on your hair, which I absolutely love. Can we just talk about the sparkles? It just ends up looking so cute on your head. So other than the Velcro rollers, you're just going to need some bobby pins, and I keep mine in a little martini glass here on my table. And I don't have to use a bobby pin on every single one of these rollers, but I do like to put it on the ones that maybe have a little bit more hair in them, or just hair that doesn't seem like it wants to stay in place. I'll use a bobby pin on those. So first things first, I'm going to apply my products to my hair just to get my blowout going. I'm going to start with this blowout spray, and I'm going to apply this all over from roots to tip. Densifying jelly, same thing. I'm just going to be applying it to all of my hair. And I'm only using like a dime size amount of this. Make sure that when you're applying product, you always start applying it on the underside of your hair. Don't just glob it right on the top, because it will make your hair look greasy and just not cute. And then with this diamond oil lotion from Redken, I'm just putting one pump on my ends. If you use too much of this stuff, it will make your hair look greasy, but I do want some help just to smooth out my ends a little bit, add a little bit of extra shine, and just make everything nice and sleek and smooth. So then I'm going to apply this root pump spray. Now I know girls that spray this directly on their roots, but that's too concentrated for me. So I just like to spray it in my hand. It comes out in a foam like this, and I don't apply much more than that because this stuff is really firm hold. And I like to apply it right back in my crown and then through my roots like that. And this is just going to give me a little bit more lift and volume where I want it. And I'm going to show you how I do this a couple times through, but since the blow dryer is loud, I will be speeding through this process. So just go ahead and rewind and watch me do the steps over again if you want to see that, but otherwise we're just going to keep moving. So to section off, I'm going to take the section right underneath my ears all the way back on both sides like that. And then you can just twist this hair up out of the way. It's very important to put these Velcro rollers in your hair while they're still warm so that they can cool in the shape of the roller. You'll end up with a really pretty bouncy blowout and the volume will last all day long. Now with your hair, depending on how thick and long it is, my hair is really thick and it is really long. But you want to make sure that your section of hair isn't any wider than your roller, otherwise you're just going to have hair everywhere and it's just not going to stay in place and it's not going to be the way you want it. So it's really important to get your roots dry first and then concentrate on your ends. That way you're not causing any unnecessary damage onto the very fragile ends of your hair, and it's really important to concentrate that heat at your roots so that way you get the most amount of volume there, and then your ends will dry a lot faster anyway. So just concentrate at your roots, spin up there a couple times, and then pull it down. I'll show you guys what I mean. Also make sure that you're lifting up and away from your roots. This is going to give you a little bit more volume too. And then follow through on your ends. Like that. Okay, now that that piece of hair is dry, I'm just going to take my roller, working quickly, wrap my ends. Make sure all your ends are tucked under. Kind of give a little tug up on that Velcro roller so it stays in place. And then since this is the bottom layer, I'm just going to slide a bobby pin right through there. Make sure it stays nice and secure. Now I'm going to do my next section the same exact way. Make sure that you start at your roots, lift up and away, and then focus on your ends at the end. And I'll show you what it looks like once I get all of my bottom rollers in, and I'll show you like more in depth once I get to the top, the placement and everything. I'm rolling all my rollers underneath for right now, and I'll switch later on, but just continue watching and I'll show you how it goes.
Just
So now I'm on my very top section of the hair, and I'm going to split this into my last 2 rollers. And I'm going to have one section that's going to be going up and then wrapped back, and then I'm going to have one section that's going to be my very front bang section that's going to be brought up and then forward. It's very important with this top section that you don't do a straight across part. You want this part to be almost like a zigzag part, otherwise you're going to end up with a weird dent in the center of your hair. And I'll just show you what I mean so it's a little bit easier. So make sure that this is all combed through, and then find where like roughly the middle is, and then just use your clip or a comb to do a zigzag part like that. When your hair lays, it will lay nice and soft and it won't look all like dented and flat. And then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm all done. Now I'm going to let my hair cool like this, but before I walk away, I'm just going to give it a spray with some medium hold hairspray. I'm going to go do a couple things around the house and work on editing another video for you guys. So I'm going to come back in a couple hours and check in and show you guys what it looks like when I take out my rollers. So it's been about 2.5 hours, and I'm going to take out my rollers and show you guys what it looks like once my curls have kind of set. And like I said in the beginning of the video, this isn't like a super curly look, but if you want to make your hair like really curly with your blowout, you can actually sleep in these rollers. They are pretty comfortable, and I have slept in them plenty of times, so I would not steer you wrong. That will give you a lot more curly of a blowout. Depending on how long you leave your rollers in is how much you're gonna have actual curls. So I'm gonna take it out and show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like once it's all done. As you can tell, I have a ton of volume. My hair is pretty big and crazy. It does take a little bit of kind of playing with it once you take your rollers out. So for that, you can just use any kind of like little teasing brush will do for this. So depending on which way you put your rollers in, you might need to just kind of play with it a little bit and make sure that the hair is laying the way that you want it to. And then find out where it is that you want your part to be. I guess it wants to go this way, so we'll do it this way. Just kind of brush it out, play with it a little bit. Don't expect it to be perfect the first time you do this, because it definitely still takes me a lot of practice to get it to be exactly the way that I want it. And then most of the time, I'll just kind of back comb the top of it a little bit just to give a little bit more body and bounce.
You love me, but you never let me go.
It just kind of takes playing with and figuring out how the hair wants to lay once it's out of the rollers. I know it looks kind of crazy once you first take it out, but the more that you play with it, the better it will lay. And you'll have something like this. Now I'm just going to give it a spray. I don't like a super perfect blowout. I like it when it looks still kind of windswept and just like you woke up like this. It's just a really soft, pretty blowout. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below and let me know if you tried this look out or tried these rollers on yourself at home. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.